instantly happy place. Yeah, when you first started off, not potentially. You know, as you've now got people in who've then played to the strengths. The culture has changed, I'm sure, but you cannot underestimate how influential that is. And you've talked about Tony Fernandez. You know, he's a classic example about how he sets the tone for the whole organisation.
Yeah. So Tony was actually the boss in that particular program. And I don't know if anyone saw it, but we shot the filming in KL, and we had all the producers over from America and Australia, where it's been running for 10 years successfully. And in the first episode, it was actually an Indonesian who was leading one of the teams, and his team lost. And it comes to that crunch moment in any apprentice where you're trying to defend yourself and stay in the competition, and he refused to. He brought the best two competitors. It was the first round of the program. He brought the strongest two people back into the room with him, and we had these they were like going mad. They were like, why on earth has he done that? What's he doing? He's brought the, you know, obviously the two strongest people. And then they were asking questions about, you know, why do you think so and so should go? And he said, well, I think he's brilliant. I think he should stay. And we're in this crux moment. It's taken us 1.5 years to bring Apprentice Asia over here.
It happened like that. And I think like also like you mentioned about the mirroring behaviors. I think like you were right. When I was like, I think like when after I get my partners and I started getting more cheerful. I'm a happy person in the beginning, but stupid people make me crazy, right? But I realized that actually like not everybody has the same level with me, and so I have to be like happy. Either like you get drunk or you get, you know, whatever, but it's like make a peace in yourself that like you have to be happy. And since I become happy, the company actually will be more cheerful and more productive.
So I think, Tommy, that it's great that you say listen more, being more close to you, but then there's a problem also here that you mentioned, is boundaries between your professional and your personal. You know, there's a tip and tap. So how do you, if anyone can have their experience, because this is what you're said, but also problems to arise where it becomes a boundary. I think you mentioned about boundaries.
Your best friend, because they're not doing a good job. They take it as more emotional, right? So that's why I told you, every time I remind them about what they mistake, and I told this is nothing personal, this is a job. You know, this is the same thing. You know, I just want you to deliver what you promised, because I delivered to promise you your salary on time. Right? It is the same thing. So I will not break my promise for that. And as professional, probably we understanding that like time is an essence. So that's normally I speak directly to them and talk like just being honest, because sometimes it's a good way to just make them realize, because sometimes they don't realize that they're actually mixing professional and personal.
At the same time, they look at it as, hey, she already told you the first place that people expect you to do this and that, and they are now being trained to be able to come up to me and say,
I noticed that you, both the co-founders, have very different personality, and I'm interested to learn like your management styles, your leadership styles, so I can play ball, and so I can also develop my own style. And so he stopped me, like, stop. If we want to talk about management style, we first have to talk about authenticity. You can talk about all kinds of management style and things you want to do, but the moment you're not authentic and people smell bullshit, it's not going to work. So authenticity is fundamental. After you choose whatever style of kung fu you want, you know, it's all entirely up to you. But fundamentally, it's got to be authentic to who you are.
So it's actually water. Now, we always think it's the same water, it's the same approach. When we talking to our employee, it's always work. But actually, when we see the water, let's say for iron, it's a lot faster when we drip it with like salty water, right? And making a hole, making a rust, and gone. The rock, maybe we think like, oh, just put like water, drip it every day. No, actually, like with a waterfall, it's a lot faster. Now, with the wood, probably it's regular water. Yes. Now the problem is that we sometimes don't realize it's like, if I talk to Ina, if I talk to Ari, they must need a different water to making them believe what I say. A different approach, sometimes can be hard, but sometimes can be soft. That's, I think, like a communication issue that like we always like tend to forget. We always talk in our way. We never adjust to our employee.
I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I want people to engage, to feel, to do it sincerely. So I want to help these people. They don't need to know who they are. I want to help it because it will mean a lot for them, and it will have an impact for my country at the end. No, we only have the name of the site is Pasar Daya, but our empowerment program called Daya. So this is a Pasar Daya. So because Daya means empower, but it's general language, so it's not specific brand. Maybe one of the customer is Joko, so we can have a running for Ibu Hesti, something like that. So it's not a donation; it's about promoting, but it will impact to other people. If we do it with the conventional marketing way, which is we told us the brand and everything, they will know maybe, oh, this is the one of the customer of PTPN. So we run this campaign parallelly. So our corporate campaign is telling that PTPN have this program, blah 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 blah. So what we're planning to do is we want to tap into running communities like maybe indoor runners, street runners. We want to tell them this story and then ask them to wear the shirt. So what they need to do is to buy the shirt. By buying the t-shirt, then their shirt is sold, and then we are going to measure how the increment of the traffic to the site itself. If you want to empower other people.